your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Chrissie is hilarious.
Chrissie, have you ever heard of the comedian Basha K. Ali?
No, that sounds like something you yell out before you blow up a plane.
30 seconds remaining.
But you know what good you say I doubt it will stand up to something. I haven't been disrespectful to you at all.
I was very confused by the title, Everything Everywhere All at Once, because that's also what we call it when Ash takes off his shirt. I shouldn't be up here. I should be in school on the other side of the ocean.
Doing a little check. Hello. We're live. Oh my goodness. Can you see us? Talk a little bit, Lauren.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I am here
Ooh.
and excited to be here with Chrissie.
This is so
and
exciting.
Her baby bump.
And my
And
boobs
it's so
hanging out.
crazy. This is my first time ever meeting her in person. And
Oh
she's
my God, we're instant
glowing.
besties.
Yeah, very true. Very true. So
Oh,
it's been so fun.
I did play the wrong intro. Thank you for catching that.
And she has a booth at America Fest, and it's really cool. And she has stickers. Wait, I left my badge at the table. I did, but
I
my
left mine in
badge
my room.
has the has your sticker on it.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you, Lauren, for jumping on. This is a very impromptu SimpCast. We were going to do this from our room, but I was like, well, what kind of person does that make me if I'm inviting a bunch of people up to my room,
A slut.
where there's one chair, and then I go, hello, I'm sitting in the chair. You need to sit in the bed, people. And it's just like, that's not a great look. I'm not trying to be that person.
Harvey Weinstein is streaming, am I right?
Yeah, I'm not trying to not do a Weinstein cast. And then like big props to Ari, because literally 2 seconds from starting, and of course someone comes over with a face that looks like he's going to tell me to shut all this down. And I'm not trying to hear that right now. I'm not trying to. What the fuck else are we doing in the lobby? Like what the fuck else are people doing in the lobby? Like this is. And what did he say to you, Ari? That he was concerned people would be caught on the background. And I'm like, first of all, with this, no one's gonna be looking in the background when you have all this to look at. Okay, all this visual content, all this eye candy. We got all this happening. We have the cute sort of casual stomach hanging out. We have casual pregnant.
Keep in
cleavage.
mind, Pearl approved this sweater. I don't know if she saw the whole thing, but when I stood up, I think it really offended her.
Tell me, have you ever met Pearl? You have met her.
I have met Pearl.
You bumped into her was that Miami or London?
Miami. Yeah, she came to Miami for Donovan Sharp party.
Miami's like a hot spot. I didn't realize like everybody is living there, moving there. Things are happening there. It was like Austin was cool, and then like Austin cooled down, and then it was Nashville kind of, and I feel like Nashville had a moment that kind of cooled down, and now like Miami is like it's been quietly simmering as like a based city where a lot of content creators are sort of moving to.
Yeah, and I think it's on both sides of the coin too, both liberal and conservative content creators. So it's like a good spot for debate.
Okay.
Too. Yeah.
Because it's not just all one type of person there.
Yeah, all sorts of people there. It's kind of
crazy. So that's where you first met Pearl?
Yeah, so we were at a Donovan Sharp party.
Who's Donovan Sharp?
So he's like a red pill guy.
Okay.
I don't know. He's like father of red pill, some people think.
Donovan Sharp.
Yeah, anyway, so we go to his party, and I had never heard of him either. And so one of our friends, Troy, invited us, Troy Francis.
Okay.
And so
someone else I don't know.
He's like, it doesn't matter. So he's from London, and he's like part of the Pearl team. Mm-hmm. And so he invited me and Pixie, my roommate.
Okay.
The liberal content creator.
Is she a YouTuber also?
Yeah.
Named Pixie. Okay.
Her name's Pixie.
I'm imagining what somebody named Pixie, who's a content creator, looks like.
She's lovely. Anyway, so we go to this party, and Donovan Sharp goes, Pixie, and she's like, out. and he kicked her out of the party. It was like a private event.
What?
It was like
Why?
it was like in a public space too, and she just started like sobbing. And then I went up to him and I was like,
What did she do?
I know, I was like, my roommate, like, she's a liberal, but like she is the sweetest thing. Like she wouldn't hurt a fly. I was like, what did she do? Like, he's like, she hates men. She does this really anti-men content. She's a liberal who just like hates men.
Poor
So I can't
Pixie.
have-
Does she hate men?
No, she
Okay.
loves. She just like we disagree on men's issues, and her and I have a different outtake on dating and relationships, and so we would disagree on a lot of things. But just because like her solutions would be different than my solutions doesn't mean she hates men.
What is something she says or believes that you think most people would mistake for hating men?
I guess she thinks that like the Me Too movement was like a good thing, and like you know what I mean. Like she thinks,
Okay.
you know, it's done more good than harm, and she doesn't think that there's probably as much like false accusations as like people are, you know, like saying that the Me Too movement is causing in response.
So she thinks it's like a net good overall.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. Gosh,
Probably.
is it a net good? Well, nobody was really. Things were probably very much underreported. After that, is it a net good to go from underreported to overreported, or like, I mean, not that they're overreported, but overhyped in the media to a place where people aren't believed anymore, like not taken seriously. Now it's like when you hear Me Too or this person got me, you kind of roll your eyes and you're like, okay, like
Yeah.
like
yeah.
oh sure, okay, every guy could get Me Too'd at some point just for
Yeah, like be careful.
not
which
paying on a
friends.
date or something.
Right.
Yeah, Me Too was essentially for Hollywood. You're right, Skinwalker. Me Too doesn't really apply to real people because at the end of the day, you have to have money to be able to Me Too somebody, I think. Like to actually sue
you have
them.
to have money to defend yourself in a Me Too.
Right,
you don't
right.
have to have money to just accuse somebody. It's actually really cheap. You just go, you raped me. Sorry.
But you have to have that just pointed to a man. Just pointed to someone
It's
who
funny.
works here. That
You
person
didn't
raped
hear
me.
it. I thought it was funny. It's not funny. I don't know why. Intrusive thought really took over.
It's okay. It's okay. I think you need money to like follow through with it. I mean, I guess right if you have text receipts, but again, like people can alter their texts, people can erase things.
Very true.
It became very messy.
I mean, there's always timestamps on all of that,
Yeah.
but it is interesting. You have different forensic experts think different things, and you know,
Mhm.
there's like that case that I was talking about earlier. There's like two forensic experts think different things about timestamps as to when a web page was opened.
Oh.
One says like 2:07, the other said, I forget the exact timestamp, but it was like one was like 2 a.m., the other was like 6 a.m. And they would drastically matter. Because the question was whether or not she looked up how long to die in cold before or after the body
Yeah,
was
the
found.
thing with what's his face,
Yeah,
Turtle Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the woman asked how long does it take to die in the cold.
Yeah. How long to die in cold.
How long? Jesus, that.
Yeah.
Oh my God! And is he talking about like? Is he
He's
updating what's
facing,
going
like,
on?
Like
Is he-
125 years.
Is he talking about that? Is he
Oh,
out about that?
yeah.
Okay. So
Oh,
Turtle Boy,
yeah.
update with Turtle Boy. Many of you have heard me. I've had him on the channel a couple of times. He is the one who's sort of outing the whole Karen Reed debacle, where it seems like all the cops of Boston are framing this woman for the murder of her cop boyfriend. He wants us to shift again.
They don't want to see anybody from the shop. Gift shop coming out.
Go
Right,
to the
'cause-
gift shop. Can you and stand there? And
But
I want to see. I want
hey,
to see, and we'll shift.
Screen.
We'll shift the camera. So wait, let's finish this.
I
Get
understand.
the perfect
But
thing.
here's the thing:
Oh,
is
okay,
like
there she is. Okay, so we can't see her here, but can you go back to when we could see her like right?
I mean, if
Okay,
if
so
they're,
hold on.
I'm thinking
Let's
like,
go
what's
like
better?
this.
We move the fucking
Wait, can
chairs
you go-
over here.
Can you go back?
Okay. Like if they're really fine with us moving all the chairs and shit, then sure.
Okay. Yeah.
I moved this luggage. Hold on.
Yeah.
Sorry, it wouldn't be a Chrissie Mayr podcast without extreme technical difficulties.
This is a nothing burger. Actually, if you can face it all the way, then we
There we go. They have to be like tilted a little. All right.
it's a happy couch.
We're playing musical chairs because lobby people are giving us a hard time. Everything is heavy here. Okay. Everything is heavy, and everyone has a problem with everything we do. Moving the chair, moving the chair. Jesus Christ. I swear to God, if this person tries one more time to like fucking talk to us or shut the shit down and scream. I'm so done with accommodating people. I'm done with it. There's literally now there's zero chance of anyone being in the background. I hope he's very happy with himself.
Oh no, someone's in the background. Ah!
What would be it would be the reflection.
Oh my God! Don't think about it. Stop overthinking. You're fine.
No, I mean, like, what else can we do for these damn people? Like,
There's
Jesus
no way.
Christ, they're
There's
never,
no way. There's
they're
nothing
never
in the
happy. It's never
reflection.
enough.
There's nothing in the reflection.
He was like,
Is he
looked at me
good?
like, not exactly what I had in mind.
What the fuck did he have in mind then? And he's not helping, so it's like,
Yeah, no.
no, the time to do that would have been before.
The time is not now.
The time is not now.
I know.
Oh, I'm just luckily I'm black on black. Holy cow.
So we were talking about the turtle man. Anyway, so if you forget the story, essentially a woman, she was dating a Boston police officer. She dropped her boyfriend off at a park after they had gone drinking all night. They ran into some other Boston cops. There was like a party for Boston cops, like, because they're friends and stuff. And she dropped him off. Hey, Jacob Chanley. Nice to see you again.
I don't believe we met.
What?
I remember your face.
Because I recorded you for 10 minutes
you
as
get
you
to
were
hear.
talking to Luke.
Unless like
Lou?
You just had an interview with Luke, right? Today? Yep. I recorded it.
just sit here. Just plop it
Luke
down.
Brodkowski from Temple.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm
And
sorry.
then I was the camera woman. I was standing right
This
in
is
front
it.
of you.
Okay.
This is really iconic. This is a big day. I feel like this is like an old family reunion, except like you're an internet friend that I've never met. This is Jacob. Jake. You might recognize him from my favorite holiday, Juneteenth. Wow, and I thought I was overwhelmed at the convention. Just like being around you can't walk 5 feet without somebody asking you for something, autograph, photo. Like how do you have the bandwidth, like the mental capacity?
I suppose God gives his greatest battles to his greatest warriors.
That's why he didn't give it to me, because I would have cussed people out. I was like cleaning up my equipment at like 5:30, and some guy came over and he asked me to sign. I'm not even joking, like 5 things, like autograph. And it's so sweet. It's like, he's a sweet guy. He autographed these 2 posters, a sticker, and then he wanted 2 of my business cards autographed. And then he's like, "Can I interview you for my YouTube channel?" I was this close to saying, "Get the fuck away from me!" So God is not giving me his greatest battles. I can't even handle like a 25-year-old kid with 10 bags asking for an interview at 5:30. But I was like, more people came over to me when I was on all fours packing up my equipment than did all day.
Oh my
Like,
God.
me, like, I see her on the floor, but like, I just bitch myself to you. But like, anyway, yeah. So you got here today? This was your first day.
No,
Got my
yesterday.
tomatoes
Yesterday.
today.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Lauren's getting her soup.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yesterday.
Oh yeah, yesterday, because I saw you at the VIP reception thing. Are these all the clothes you brought this weekend?
Well, I live in Phoenix.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. You only had to tell me that 3 times.
It's okay.
So you go home to sleep in your own bed each night.
Yes,
and
thank
then
God.
You wake up and you're like, time to put the paint on. Or do you sleep in the paint?
Oh, I sleep in it. I shower in it.
What did, and like, I'm sorry I'm asking you questions that a million other people haven't asked you. Like, what did your family think of it? think of everything? Were they supportive? Were people scared for you? Like, do you have any like liberal family members who tried to like disassociate from you or anything? Or like, just how
All
was
of
that?
the above.
All of the above.
Yep, all of the above. There was a lot of support. There was a lot of sympathy. There was a lot of love. And yeah, I had a family member that was very upset, not because of what happened to me, but because of how it affected them.
What happened to them? Did they like?
Well, nothing. They just felt very vulnerable.
But it's like it's not even happening to you.
Yeah.
That must be frustrating because you're the one you're the
languishing
public
away.
face
Yeah,
of it.
exactly.
I mean, you like
in prison.
you literally were in prison for how many months?
27 months behind bars. 10 and a half in solitary.
Oh my God. I like literally forget how long you were in jail for. That's how do you even like, and I'm sure it was your first time in jail. Like, how do you even, how much time like leading up to it? Did you know how much time you were going to serve? Like, how did you prepare yourself?
No, I had no idea. That was part of what was so difficult, was that no matter what I did while I was in solitary, I didn't know what was going to happen, So then there's the ups and the downs, it's going to be okay, the judge will be fair. And then there's the judge is going to throw the book at me, the way the media and the government's coming at me. So there's the ups and the downs and the ups and the downs. And it was very, very difficult. I thought about suicide a few times, but, I knew that wasn't the solution, that I wouldn't be able to escape any of it. I just had to go through it.
Well, there was a guy, I forget on whose documentary, but there was someone who like for January 6th, like went in and they were figuring out how much time to give him, or they were going to add on a different, like a terrorism enhancement charge. And then the guy took his own life.
Yes,
and like that,
so
the
sad.
extra charge made the difference in him making that decision. And so it's like, did you go into prison not knowing how long you're going to be there for?
That's correct. And in solitary, that's hard.
What can you bring to prison?
Nothing.
Nothing. Like, no, not your phone.
No, of course not.
No, clothes. It doesn't even matter. Like,
they strip you of everything.
Think about what would I wear to jail, but it doesn't even matter because it's not like
it's boxed up and sent home.
Yeah. I'm making jokes because just the idea is so insane to me, and it's such a real thing. And like, they just love to pick out certain people. Like, I mean, you're a very easy person to make. Like, you're basically like the poster boy for January 6th. Like, it's Adam Johnson, the lectern guy. Shout out to Adam. He came to my show in Tampa a couple weeks ago. But this is all about, who can we absolutely publicly skewer for this and make an example of and strike fear into everybody else. And it's like, I think the whole point of it was like, let's make sure nobody else ever thinks of doing, of basically like expressing their First Amendment ever again. Like, let's make sure everybody who is right of center is afraid to even make their voices be heard. And it's like, it's crazy making, because we just had an entire, before this happened, summer of love. Literally, they're trying to burn down the fucking White House. All the same thing. The Pussy Hat Gang was all up in the Capitol building. There's countless times where groups from the left or the Pussy Hat group, like
BLM, Antifa, they're burning. Washington D.C. was literally on fire for a couple of days,
and no one heard about it. Only a few people who are like, wait a minute, what about comparing it to this? And it's like, well, no, it doesn't matter because you're a Trumper, and the whole thing is just to make anybody who voted for Trump a bad person. And it's like, never in my lifetime has politics would be something you talked about or didn't, and be like, well, don't bring up politics at Thanksgiving. It was like this cheeky little thing. Never in my lifetime have you been actually demonized for voting for a person, as we all were basically from 2016 on. And I just like, and my friend Owen Schroyer he just did, I think, about a month in solitary. Mm-hmm. But so you went in knowing you were doing solitary, or knowing you were just going in? But
at first it was just misdemeanors. And so I thought, okay, maybe a month or two in jail, a couple months probation. And then they slapped the felonies on me. And they said it was a maximum of 25 years. And what's interesting is my judge said at my sentencing that I probably did the right thing to take a plea deal, because if I went to trial, I was looking at 20 years. And so
Jesus.
like, yeah, it's heavy. So the government, what they'll do is they'll lean on you with all of their resources, and they'll put up all these charges. They can charge you with whatever, but then they'll say, okay, take this plea deal, plead guilty to this, and then we'll drop all these other charges. And that's why they have a 98% guilty plea rate, not a conviction rate, a guilty plea rate. So, you know, when we really look at the big picture, this has been going on for a long time. And what's interesting is people on the left have been screaming about this for a long time. Justice reform, you know, this system is wrong. This is corrupt. The prison system needs to be reformed. And people on the right are like, they're criminals. They're criminals. And it's like, well, now that the people on the right have skin in the game, they're starting to see, no, like there's been people that have been getting screwed for a long time. And this is the bad thing about partisan politics, is that nobody's looking at things objectively. They're looking at it as almost like football teams. Well, my team is this, my red, blue, you know,
and they don't care overall. They just care when it affects them.
Right, exactly. And it's like, well, hold on a second here. We're all Americans, and we all have skin in the game here if the government is tyrannical. And if we don't do something, if we don't recognize the problem and figure out a way to fix it, then we're screwed.
Yeah. Did you feel like I submitted some Nick Searcy made a documentary about January 6th. I remember I was submitting some like footage to him. I was like watching, I went to his house and we were like watching, because I was like, I have all this footage just from being there that I've never even looked at. And I just feel like, because right after it happened, it's like, it was this sense of fear of like, don't post because you could be like incriminating somebody, into yourself or like others, some other innocent person. And so I was like, wow, the first time I'm like looking through this footage with Nick, and I think it's called Capital Punishment. And like he's like, wait, stop it right there. And it was what's his face? That guy that everyone talks about that like never got arrested.
Ray Epps.
It was Ray Epps, literally like patting two guys on the back. You know, it feels like a January 6th Where's Waldo. You're like, that's him. There he is. Oh my God. And it's just, I feel like everyone's going through their footage and photos being like, oh, he's in that photo. He's in this video. And it just, I watched it over and over again. I'm like, this fucking guy. It's just so obviously fishy. Did you like remember from the day anybody that stood out to you as like as fishy or strange, or anyone that you felt like was just a little bit extra?
There were people there that were dressed in tactical gear. Some people had their whole face covered, sunglasses, you know, mask. And Trump supporters they don't do that. Like you know, patriots don't cover up their face. They're proud, you know. So that was suspect. But I was trying to calm things down. Obviously, it's going to be difficult being a guy in horns and face paint telling everybody to calm down. But as soon as I went into the building, I stopped somebody from stealing from the break room. The reason the police were escorting me around is because I offered to help them to clear out the Senate chamber and stop vandalism, violence, and theft. And then as soon as I got out of the building, I literally stopped people from breaking in and told everybody to go home because Donald Trump said to go home. So the narrative of what happened has been very distorted. And the reason why I think they chose me to be their poster child, the poster boy, was because there was chaos outside the building, and those images were very shocking, right? But they didn't have anything inside the building that was shocking because there wasn't really a lot of chaos and violence. It was a field
trip. It was like a freaking museum visit.
But if you put my image in there, which is a shocking image, right? Then they can try and tie and correlate my image inside with the stuff outside and say, oh, it was all
you're making it all happen or something. Did they try to make it seem like even Owen Schroyer was saying at one point they were trying to blame all of January 6th on him, like it was his idea or something. And like were they ever trying to do that? Like how would it's not even possible for one person to, I just think it's a ridiculous thing that they would try to be like, we're going to pin it on this one person or this one person. Because it's like, how do you it was a million people there that day.
The Mockingbird media tried to say myself and Big O Patriot, the guy that put his feet on Pelosi's desk, they tried to say that we were like the ringleaders, but none of it's true. From what I understand, actually it was the media that asked Big O Patriot to put his feet on Nancy Pelosi's desk so they could get the photo op. So the whole narrative, it's all about optics, and this is psychological warfare at its essence. Is like, it's not what it is, it's what it can be made to appear to look like. You know, it's what it looks like. So they use trigger words and trigger images. They combine them together. They create this emotional, instinctual response in the subconscious mind, and that affects people's conscious perception of reality.
Mm-hmm. the most like exciting thing you told me is that you didn't just buy this. Like you made this. Like you bought this thing. You bought the horns. Did you hot glue gun them?
Yeah.
And this is not even the first outfit. Like they took his first outfit.
Yeah, they haven't given the coyote tails and the horns back. The feds still have that. They still have my phone. They still have my pants. They still have my staff. And they were supposed to give it back over a year ago.
That's annoying about the phone because there's probably like, I don't know, stuff you want on there. Like if my phone just was taken, I'd be so pissed because there's so many just photos from I don't know, wedding and just the last 3 years on there. That's insane.
Yeah, it was hard. But the thing is that God has a plan, and God used what happened to me to show the American people that the narrative that they were being told was a lie. And kudos to Tucker Carlson for at least having the courage to air the footage when he got it. And what's interesting about it is that because they chose to make me their poster boy, they really, can I say it? They done fucked up because they made me seem really stupid. They made me seem like I was some crazy madman, like I was some violent insurrectionist when none of that is true. Nothing could be further from the truth. I'm really smart.
You needed to bring weapons. Nobody brought weapons.
Well, but the thing is that like I had no idea it was going to even happen. And I was nonviolent the whole time. I was trying to help the police. I was trying to keep things calm. So the whole narrative got flipped on its head because of the way they chose to use my image.
Because it's like you're actually a very sweet person and you're soft spoken. It's like, but one picture of you like yelling, oh, look at this guy. He's like so hardcore. Well,
I was singing my shamanic song. The headshot.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was when I was singing. That was the climax of my shamanic song inside the Senate, the upper terrace of the Senate chamber. And the one where there's the cops and we're talking and that I was just screaming freedom. But that was it.
Okay. What does it mean, like for people who don't know, which I'm included in that, like explain what it means to be like a shaman, I guess. Like, because I just thought it was like, it's just a fun character for the day because tons of people showed up in costume. I talk about it. I have a stand-up album called Live from January 6th. Half of it is like jokes about the day and like just being there. And the other half is like other jokes. But I was like, the costumes were the best part of the day. There was a guy in a skeleton costume with a sign that said I voted for Biden 9 times. And I'm like, you can't even make that up. Like, it's just so reality is funny. And I loved the costumes. There were so many dogs, families there, people with their kids. It was like, people gave me shit because I was on the Megyn Kelly show and I said I had a pretty chill experience. Like, I thought it was a pretty chill day overall. People go, oh my God. Like when it first, when it just happened, it was like, couldn't believe someone was calling it chill. But I'm like, yeah, I didn't go in the building. I didn't know. I was kind of dumb. Like it took me a while to figure out what was actually going on in the building at the time and why people went in. And I just was like, I thought people were climbing up the wall to get a photo op. Like I just was like, I was doing a lot of man on the streets outside, I guess. But
yeah, well, the shamanic, it's not a costume. It's regalia.
Right.
It's like part of my shamanic belief. So in the shamanic tradition, wearing horns or face paint or animal furs is akin to wearing priestly robes. It means you're kind of like one with nature type of deal, and shamanism is the oldest religion on the planet. It was the first religion. All cultures, all religions have shamanism at their roots.
So is it like similar to paganism or like you're kind of like one with, I'm just trying to figure out if are there drugs involved in this or
okay, so look at it like this. I'll explain.
Okay.
So all shamanic, first of all, the term shaman comes from the Siberian or the Mongolian word shaman, which means the one who knows. So a man or a woman can be a shaman, okay? And anthropologists have used that term as kind of a catch-all term for all indigenous belief systems, in particular when they believe in animism, which means everything is alive, everything has a spirit. Now, all shamanic cultures across the world, and this is why I say all religions are rooted in shamanism, they all have some common core beliefs. Number one, they all believe in a unified field of energy and life that permeates all the universe with life and consciousness. Number two, they all believe in the spirit world. The idea of there being positive and negative entities in the spirit. Number three, they all believe in meditation or trance states or prayer and how they can get in touch with the spirit world, how they can get in touch with God. Number four, they all believe in song and dance, singing and drumming. and how that leads to things like trance states and how that can get them in touch with the spirit world, how that can chase off evil spirits, how that can get them in touch with God. Number 5, they all believe in sacraments. So this is where you say drugs. Psychoactive plants are a part of that. Yes, things like psilocybin mushrooms, peyote, ayahuasca, ibogaine, even cannabis. But there's other things too, like healing plants, like sage. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Or certain medicinal mushrooms that aren't psychoactive, etc. Or like the use of incense and stuff like that.
Yeah, people will sage a room in their house or sage the whole house to just get like a bad energy out, or like when they move in somewhere. Yeah.
And then finally, they all believe in ordeals. So that means like the shaman will, a lot of the time, where people in the tribe will go through an ordeal, they'll go through something that's painful and that's like a long process. But they do this to ward off evil spirits and ward off negative timelines. Negative timelines meaning like drought, famine, disease, war, bad juju in the tribe, right?
STDs.
Yes, things like that. Okay. Now, they're also at the same time, by going through these ordeals, they're taking all the pain and suffering into themselves so that they can shield the tribe from those negativities. And in the process, the tribe gets to thrive. So
sounds very Christ-like.
Yes, well, and that's the thing, is that Jesus went through an ordeal with the 40 days and 40 nights in the desert. The shamans also all believe in healing, okay, and the power of healing. Jesus healed people. Jesus cast out evil spirits and demons from ecosystems and people's bodies. He also defeated death, and he taught people how to pray. You see? So in my opinion,
he made wine.
Jesus was the ultimate shaman. So that's why I don't say I'm a Christian. I'm a shamanic practitioner who follows in the footsteps of Christ. I'm a disciple of Christ. So I try to be as Christ-like as I can in everything that I do, because he's like my role model.
And you don't just start out like this, right? Like, were you raised religious at all? Like, when did you kind of go deeper into it?
My mom tried to raise me and my brothers Catholic until she realized what a bad idea that was. Well, I mean, she God love her, she still kind of practices Catholicism, but it wasn't for us. But she still wanted us to be spiritual. So she was open to us practicing something that was spiritual. She just wanted us to have God in our lives. But ever since I was like 5 years old, I've been asking the deep questions, like, what is God? Where is God? Why is God? What came before God? If God is real, why is the world so screwed up? And
your mom is like, just tell me what you want for Christmas. Jesus. Come on, circle something in the catalog.
Well, she was trying to help when she said, God just is, honey. And I was like, well, that's not a good
Which is
answer.
almost Buddhist.
Yeah. So I was like, well, I want to know. So I'm really glad that she didn't satisfy my curiosity, because I kept looking. And the conclusion I came to was that God doesn't make the world this way. We do. And that God is real. Reincarnation is physics. It's just physics. And energy can't be created nor destroyed. It just changes form. And the power of manifestation, the law of attraction, all of that stuff is also very real. We are like co-creators in reality with God. And God gives us free will to help us manufacture or create the reality that we desire for our soul path. And yes, that path will come with karma. But as long as you live a karmic-free life of negative karma, then you won't have to reincarnate. You can continue to ascend into the higher levels.
Does this tie into, because there's a theory that some people believe like a baby or like a soul like chooses who their parents are, or they like choose to be born to like certain parents because those parents will help them learn the life lessons that are meant for like
soul
for
families.
Life.
Yes, soul families. And I believe it's absolutely a part of things. Absolutely.
Because you don't like, your energy is great. You're very light. You're not like bogged down. It doesn't seem like your experiences have like chipped away at your spirit. You're not like,
oh, they made me stronger.
Yeah, but you don't have a chip on your shoulder, right? You're not like, oh, woe is me. Everyone's out to get me. And it's like really amazing. And I someone that's been through that, what you've been through, it's like, yeah, you have to be kind of tethered in a, it's like something greater than yourself, because like these experiences like really could break a person. And I just like, how did you, like, what were the, I guess the toughest parts? Obviously probably solitary. So like, let's say, imagine this, if you will, viewer. I imagine you're just in is it like a dark room all the time? It's cold. There's no blankies. Like there's no water or food. Like, can they let you have anything?
Well, I mean, they allow commissary. you know, but because of my organic diet, I wasn't really able to purchase any of it. But they deliver you in solitary, they deliver you food through a slot in the door. You get 22. I was in 22-hour lockdown, 22 hours in my cell, all by myself, 2 hours outside myself, not in general population, but I was the only one outside of myself for 2 hours. I was able to use the phone, use the shower, watch TV. And that was for 10 and a half months total. Not like consecutively, but 5 months here, 5.5 after.
What TV show would you watch?
In all honesty, the only thing that really like I would like to catch was ridiculousness, because it was funny.
Yeah.
You know, it was light, and it was a half hour. I only had a certain amount of time out of my cell, so I'd usually spend most of it on the phone or taking a shower. So then I could spend a half hour, lighten things up, laugh about some things, and then go back to my cell.
Who would you call?
My mom,
Yeah.
my brothers. I didn't really call friends. The government already knew who my family was. You know, I didn't want them to go after my friends too.
Yeah.
You know, so I just called family, my grandparents on occasion.
And at that point, did your family, like, did they know how long everything was
No.
going to go on? Nobody knew. It's just
Nobody
taking it day
knew.
by day.
Yep. We only knew what I was going to get as far as my sentence goes after my sentencing. I believe it was in November.
Did they let you have books, or like did they let people write to you or anything?
Yeah,
like
I
that?
got lots of letters.
Okay.
But in the beginning of going into solitary, no, I wasn't allowed any books because of COVID. And,
Oh, yeah, we want the books to cough all over you.
Yeah. And then when I first got to Alexandria Detention Center, they gave me a radio so I could like listen, you know, like in the headphones. But then they placed me in a cell where I couldn't listen to it. There was no reception. So for over 30 days, I think it was like 35, 40 days, I was in solitary confinement with no radio, no books, just a pen and a pad of paper, and that was it. And in the beginning of solitary, because of COVID, they had a 48-hour lockdown, and then you got out of your cell for 45 minutes. So I had to do, in the beginning, 48 hours inside a cell, and then get 45 minutes, and then another 48, and then 45 minutes.
Oh my God. Okay. And did they let you go to the bathroom?
There was a
You have
toilet
it-
and a sink in the
Okay.
cell.
I wonder if it's almost like, not that it's one of the perks of being in solitary, at least it's not like, I imagine in jail, I've never been, clearly, obviously everything about me, I'm so naive, but like, I feel like I'd be worried, like, you're worried about people watching you go to the bathroom, but at least in solitary, like, okay, no one's gonna watch you.
Well, but you know what though? In the beginning, when I was in solitary, there was a camera in my cell, so everything I was
okay.
doing was being watched. It was weird, you know. It was hard, but the thing is that it made me stronger. All that pressure turned me into like a spiritual diamond, and now, you know, I'm hard, man. I'm as hard as I can be. I'm as sharp as I can be. I'm more patient. Prison makes you patient. I'm more focused. And I'm a lot smarter because I understood a lot of the things that I understand now before January 6th. But while I was being locked up, I had the opportunity to investigate all these things in greater detail. So now I actually have like the detail stuff that I can talk about as opposed to the generalizations.
Okay. Do you feel like Tucker showing that footage? I mean, he didn't show like all of it, of course. Like they still haven't shown all of it. But do you? And if I'm sorry, this is a dumb question. Like, was that directly responsible for your getting out?
No,
earlier?
it was not.
Okay.
So I got 6 months of good time because in federal prison, as long as you don't get in trouble, you only serve 85% of your time. So 15% of 41 months is 6 months. Okay. So I already had 6 months of good time because I didn't get in trouble. And I did what is called RDAP, Residential Drug Abuse Program. And that's because the BOP, when I told the pre-sentence investigator that I had eaten mushrooms a handful of times in my life, they're like, oh, well, you have a drug problem. You have to do RDAP. You have to do Residential Drug Abuse Program. So I was in there for a year. I was in the RDAP community for a year. And so I got 6 months off my sentence for First Step Act, which was passed by Donald Trump and, you know, in 2018, which is interesting because that was actually on the books. It was in the Congress for 40 years. So when the Democrats were promising people prison reform, they sat on that bill for over 40 years. before Trump passed it. Okay. So then I got 6 months of good time, 6 months of FSA credits, and then I got a year off my sentence, and then they released me to halfway house on March 28th. But the thing is that I knew that was going to happen in mid-February of 2023. So when Tucker Carlson released the footage, 3 weeks before my release, it seemed like I got out because of that. But the thing is that the judge, if it actually had something to do with my release, there would have been a court hearing. The judge would have banged his gavel and said, get him out of prison. None of that happened. I just was released to halfway house 3 weeks afterward, which is interesting. Actually, the day that I was released, there was 5 planets in alignment.
Do you follow that stuff?
Yes.
How can you not?
That's part of shamanism.
How can you not? Yeah. See,
Understanding
every time
astrology.
they give us gals shit for being into astrology, it's like, how can it be irrelevant?
Well, astronomy and astrology are not quite the same, but they are kind of,
Okay,
it's like the abstract versus the logical. So astronomy and astrology are very important because, are you familiar with like Mercury being in retrograde?
Yes.
Okay. So look at it like this. We have an electromagnetic field that surrounds our body, right? The earth has an electromagnetic field that surrounds the planet.
That's why like grounding is so important.
Yes.
And like, sunlight, so many things. But
So look at it like this. If we get our electromagnetic field from the earth, and Mercury's electromagnetic field is very strong and dense. As Mercury's in retrograde, that means that the earth and Mercury's orbits are rubbing against each other. So that means our electromagnetic fields are rubbing against each other.
and then if everything
Right?
feels like tense,
Yes,
the communication
exactly.
gets fucked up.
Correct.
The all the electronics break down. You're late for things. The
Yeah.
flights are delayed.
Exactly.
People misunderstand each other.
Because you are a part, you are an integral and interconnected part of this whole system of these electromagnetic fields that are all nested together. So when one is rubbing against the other, then the hurdles go up, things start to happen. And that is a part of karma and a part of learning lessons as a soul. It's really kind of cool, actually.
It is cool. I wonder how things were aligned on January 6th.
That's a good question. I'm curious too.
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, look into it. Let me know.
Because like we have like a family, like a relative who does like chart readings, but you can also get your chart read. I don't know. There's things online that can just tell you. Okay, cool. I asked you before if anyone had asked you to sign a boob. You said no on that so far, but just probably a lot of autographs, a lot of pictures. What was like, I guess maybe weirdest request or weirdest like or strangest maybe fan interaction in general or at this weekend?
Everybody was actually pretty cool. What was weird though was like just getting pulled one direction after another after another. So I'm talking to this person, then I got this person tapping me on the shoulder, this person's tapping me on the back. Everybody wants to shake my hand, everybody wants to talk to me, everybody wants a picture. And after a while that can get kind of draining.
It's so exhausting. I'm tired after 3 of those. Like, I watched you go through 10 just in walking like 20 feet.
Yeah, it was interesting. But you know what? I love it in that like I'm helping to change the world. People are getting excited. You know, we're raising the vibration, man. We're raising the bar.
It feels like it.
Yeah, that's what this time's all about. This is the age of Aquarius, baby, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. But the thing is we have to dissolve all these illusions that we live in. We have to dissolve all these cultural paradigms and these social constructs because they can't come with us.
And they keep you living in lack. If you're always afraid, oh, there's too many people. We got to depopulate. There's not enough resources. You don't have enough food and buckets stored up for worst case scenario. Oh, you don't have enough guns. There's just little pockets of fear no matter where you are politically.
What's
No,
that?
please ask away.
Are you afraid now?
Well, no, I do have a little bit of trepidation right now because I just confronted Matt Gaetz for using my campaign platform for his anti-corruption plan. I did an interview with Newsmax on November 13th, and shortly thereafter, it was about my campaign and my campaign platform. Shortly thereafter, Matt Gaetz proposes his anti-corruption plan that just so happens to be one of the 3 main things on my 4-fold plan to root out corruption in DC. And he did that like 2 or 3 days after I announced my candidacy and proposed this on national television. So,
Whoa.
and this is the same guy that is like talking about, oh, Tucker Carlson's footage got Jake released. We got to release the January 6th tapes. He was just on stage tonight after this confrontation. I wouldn't even say it was confrontation. After this lack.
You just went up to him like,
I tried to talk to him. He refused to give me a selfie. He refused to talk to me. He was giving other people selfies right in front of me, refusing to give me a selfie, refusing to talk to me.
Wow.
And yeah. And that's like, dude, what the hell? You know, and then he goes on stage and he opens his mouth about January 6th when he was literally ignoring the person that was maligned by the system.
You. Was he worried that your horns would mess up his perfect hair?
I think what it was is that he knew what he did. He knew that my campaign platform was what he was touting in Congress. And the thing is, dude, I don't care. Get it done. Please get it done.
But acknowledge you.
But acknowledge where you got it at least, you know, and or at least have the courage to talk to me about it and say, hey, yeah, you know what, dude? Even if, let's just say for the sake of argument that it's not true. All he could have said was, dude, to be honest with you, I've been working on that for a while, but I appreciate where you're coming from. I support you and what you're trying to do. But he didn't even want to do that. And so, you know, this is the thing about people in DC. Marjorie Taylor Greene actually had a sit-down conversation with me. Yeah, I got the photo. I'm going to post it on X. So she at least had the courage. She at least had the courage to talk to me. You know, she at least had the courage to take a picture with me. Sit down conversation behind the scenes, backstage. So
is there any chance he could have not
known? No, I have it all
position?
on video.
Okay.
I have it all on video.
Okay. I'm just
and he knew. And the thing is that the Secret Service was getting like, hey, if you keep doing this, you need to chill out because, you know, I'll have you kicked out of here. And it's like, dude, I'm not being aggressive. I just want to talk to the guy, you know. And then, you know, there were supposedly, I heard there were people following me around after that. I'm going to have to tell my PO. You know, I'm going to have to tell my PO, hey, this is what happened. You know, but the thing is, I was not being aggressive at all. I was just trying. Well, yeah. So it's exactly. And so I had somebody come up to me and say, what's up, Jack? I had somebody come up and say that they heard that I was in one of the people from behind the executive area said that that there was a screaming match between me and Matt. And I was like, what? No, there was no screaming match. I got it all on video. You know, so how they're going to spin it, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm glad I got it all on video because I didn't do anything wrong, you know?
Yeah. What were the three things that?
Well, so my campaign platform is single bill voting law, an amendment for term limits for congressmen and staff, criminalization of lobbying, and 7-figure fines, expulsion, and prosecution for all Congress members caught insider trading. That's my congressional campaign platform. That's what I'm running on.
Everyone should do that.
Everybody should do that. I agree. And Gaetz, a couple of days later, proposes his well, first of all, he started talking about doing a single bill voting law, not even a day or two after that. And then he proposed his anti-corruption plan, which was getting rid of lobbying, term limits, and getting rid of insider trading. So it's like, dude, you were literally introducing them in sequence. Sequence that I came up with. And the thing is, it's not about me. It's about getting the job done. But don't pretend to be on the side of the little guy getting screwed by the big machine. Don't pretend to care about the American people. If that was a good idea, you should have done it a long time ago. I honestly just think that he's about him. I really don't think that he cares about January 6ers. I don't think he cares really about the American people because that to me was evident tonight when he would not even be willing to take a picture with me or converse with me.
Yeah, I would say even if your points didn't line up like that, so even if you're a politician who purports to care about the day and the victims and everyone who's made an example of, to not acknowledge you, it's like you're hard to ignore. To not even be like, oh my god, yes, of course. Yes. Like
he saw me, he deliberately ignored me.
You could even not like you, but it's like to not give you any attention or
well, you're giving other people handshakes and selfies right in front of me.
Yeah, how does someone ignore you?
and then go on stage and talk about January 6ers getting screwed. The hypocrisy is unparalleled. And it's like, and then you got all these people in these conservative circles that are like, oh, Matt Gaetz. And it's like, no, dude, no, these people do not care about you. You're not in the club. And they're just going to pretend. It's like when you're applying for a job, right? You try to give the best possible answers, right? You want to get the job, you know? So they're applying for a job. But they give people the thumbs up before the election, and then they give them the finger after.
Yeah, and people in the chat are saying it too. Like, people who tend to want to get involved in politics want power for all the wrong reasons. And it always seems to me like the people who never go for power would always be the best leaders. I'm so distracted by all the dogs in the lobby. It's like I have this urge to go pet them all. Yes. Can we please talk about this? So I'm trying to have this very serious conversation with Jake here, and this guy comes over. He has a tampon in his nose. Oh, that's doggies. Yeah, but I do want to pet that dog.
Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog?
Yeah. Do you want to put your dog on? Yeah, sure. So a guy comes over with a tampon. I thought he was gonna come like literally on camera. He had a tampon in his nose and it looked bloody. And I was like, what the fuck is gonna happen with this guy? But thank God for Ari, she scared him off. But yes, it was a tampon in his nose. Hey, dog. Oh, it's such a good dog. Oh my god, what a good puppy. Jake. Aw.
Hi.
Good girl.
Oh, precious. I love dogs.
You know what? This is my dog. I'm a patriot in the military. Liberty.
What a good dog.
Love it.
Oh my
God be
god.
with you,
Great
man.
vibes.
Thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you. Wow. There was a guy who's I think he was gonna come over and like start annoying you actually. So I was like, oh god, because he looked like just you see someone with a tampon in their nose, it's probably not gonna be good. But Ari's the best. She told him probably to fuck off. And like at first we were gonna do this in our room, but then I was like, what am I gonna invite Jake over to sit on a bed and give the wrong impression? And there's no chairs. It's like sometimes I'll get a suite or something where there's a separate room. And then like Ari found this spot in the lobby. I'm like, this is a million times better. We were actually over there, and then there was a hotel person there. Thank God for you. There was like the hotel guys kind of hassling. Oh, can't have anybody in the background. And I'm like, no one's looking at the background. It's like it's just chat. So we moved the chairs over here, and he kept. I don't know. I'm just like, don't talk to me, don't bother me. But this is
Well, I don't want to monopolize your little thing here. I got some people that wanted me to drop by.
Thank you so much. I mean, this is so much time. I know you're so busy. And
I'm glad we could do this. It was so good to finally meet you.
You're such a generous person, like generous of spirit, and I like. You're really inspiring that someone who's been through what you've been through, and you're not a fucking negative, and you have every reason to be negative.
No. Yeah, well, we're not going to change the world by being negative. We're not going to change the world by being hate-filled. Only love and positivity can raise the vibration, and I'm being the change I want to see in the world.
And I think, like, if you're expecting politicians to like uplift you and treat you the way you deserve to be treated, it's like, don't hold your breath.
Good luck with that.
So
yeah, we're never going to see change if we trust the establishment. So
yeah,
that's why I'm running for Congress. That's why my campaign platform is what it is. And can you imagine, final note, can you imagine the kind of statement it would make to DC and the swamp and the deep state to send me back to DC as a congressman? Could you imagine? Could you imagine? And then going in a nice suit, but wearing the horns and the face paint on the first day, that would be hilarious.
Look, people think that you would be the most ridiculous thing, but it's like, no, we just had anal sex happening.
I know.
So it wouldn't even be the most ridiculous.
And did
thing.
They get in there by trespassing?
No.
They had a key?
Yeah, probably. And
then why are they? So to me, it's like, okay, which is more of a desecration? Gay sex or saying a prayer?
Yeah.
Singing a song.
Weren't there security cameras? Like, weren't people able to see what was happening?
Probably.
It's insane to me. Like this.
How many other times has that happened? How many other times?
That's right.
Dude, I've heard stories about cocaine and orgies and all sorts of stuff happening in DC. It's real, you guys. It is the swamp. This is how they blackmail each other. This is how they end up being in the club.
Yeah. I want to just check and see if there's any questions for
Okay,
you.
sure.
I've ignored
Have I read the Bible?
Push-ups.
Yes, I read the Bible while I was in prison.
Of course, push-ups.
And beforehand, too.
The problem is that the average voter doesn't care about the justice system until the justice system cares about them.
True that.
And these are old comments. Sorry if I've ignored
Okay.
you. I'm sure from Mr. Red, I'm sure his family disassociated from him because of his political views, not because he looks like a Yeti's ass. Oh, come on. I love the look. I don't think this is one of my, I think this is a hater. There will be no besmirching of Jake here. Margaret, this is a very high profile interview. It is. This is what did I say, guys? The only people I want to meet, Roseanne and Jake. That's my short list of the people I have to meet. And I don't know if this relates to you. What do you get when you put bacon, pork, shoulder, ribs, belly, tenderloin, ham, hock, snacks, chips in the back of a pig? Frankenstein. Okay, that's just a joke. Thank you. No, man. Jesus. Wow. Look, Aria says we're big fans of him in the chat. Yeah, we usually.
Thank you.
I will get an occasional hater, but I have so many personally. Okay. Oh yeah, I was talking about the being in a hearing room. I've made a lot of jokes about the butt sex tapes, but I'm not sharing the footage. I'm just making jokes about it. I was like, I'm just gonna refer to gay man's buttholes as the Senate chamber from now on.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, Jake, you're the best. I'm just like so inspired by you, and I'm really excited. Where can people follow you? And like, if they live in Arizona and want to help you with your campaign, what should they do?
Go to shamanforcongress.com. That's shaman, FOR, congress.com if you want to check that out. I'm not accepting campaign donations. That's one thing that I don't want to do because big money is a big problem in American politics. I'm running as a libertarian because the two-party system has just divided this country and taken everything from the American people in the process. The only thing that we've gotten in return is more wars, more poverty, more taxes, more crisis after crisis after crisis, and less freedoms. So screw the two-party system. I'm running as a libertarian. That's the closest thing to the founding fathers' vision for this country. And if you want, go to my website. My platform is on there. Why it's so important is on there. There's also interviews that are on there that you can check out. There's resources if you want to share things like on Twitter or something like that on X. You can share my Shaman for Congress. I guess you would call it. I don't even know, like what would it be? I wouldn't call it be symbols, but like it's not even memorabilia because I'm not selling it, but like the ads, I guess you could say, stuff like that. You can share that. It also, you can go to my website, ForbiddenTruthAcademy.com. That's ForbiddenTruthAcademy.com. There's all sorts of free courses. If you like what you've heard here, I promise you there's dozens of hours of free courses, free podcasts, free interviews you can watch. There's also some really kick-ass merch. Some of it's really funny. Some of it's badass. And my book, One Mind at a Time, A Deep State of Illusion, is for sale. It's only $9.99, only 150 pages. I don't make much money on it at all because it's about the message, not making money. And finally, you can find me on X or Twitter at America Shaman. That's America Shaman, at America Shaman on Twitter. And Shaman for Congress, the number 4, at Shaman for Congress is my Twitter handle for my congressional website.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right.
Enjoy the rest of your time here.
Thank you for having me.
I can't believe I was able to hug you without impaling myself. Oh God.
Oh, dude, Ashley, I believe it's Ashley St. Clair. She kept doing an interview and she was leaning in. She kept getting poked by the horn. She goes, "Man, you're really horny." All right, see you later.
Nick, you're the best. James Shart, Matt Gaetz, and AMC have been working together on anti-corruption bill for months. Not joking. Google it. Sorry, Jacob. This was probably parallel development, not platform theft. Your ideas are not new. Yeah, that's definitely possible. But I guess if he feels like an overall snub, yeah, that's what I thought too. I'm like, is it possible he didn't know? But interesting. Kulia, thanks for the super chat. Great interview, Chrissy. Hail the Shaman. What district are you repping? Oh, I think he mentioned it in Arizona. Shoot, I'll put all of the details and the links he mentioned in the description. What a cool dude. Good vibes. Matt wants to be president. Yeah, I figured as much by looking at his hair. Those are quite the pants. They are really great pants. I hope, is the internet connection okay? AZ is base. Yeah, I was trying to figure out if it was more red than blue. Most folks have been saying it's more purple. I'm so thirsty. I know, iconic SimpCast, right? Courtney, there was a guy who came up to our booth today, and he was like, "Oh, Chrissie, I'm a big fan of your show. What is it called? The Skank Cast?" He called it the Skank Cast. I'm like, "That's it. That's a better name. We're changing the name. We're calling it Skank Cast." Sorry, the sweater. It's a sweater dress, and every time I lean over it, it falls down a little. So, wow, that's so cool. Jake is so awesome. Like, I just can you imagine like fucking months or whatever of solitary it's I can't even fathom it. I can't even understand it. Like how you can even survive. Like if you can survive that, like you can survive anything. Oh my god. Ari, my producer, my
behind the scenes girl today.
Thank God, I would have been. You saved my ass like so many times. Just
no, thanks for inviting me.
And you haven't even been here a full day yet. You just
I'm
got
so
here.
exhausted, and this is like not a normal thing I would like ever really go to or anything. But to be
Why
honest,
is it
like,
too kind of political or?
I mean, I wasn't very political, honestly, until like 2020, and then after that, I felt like a lot of right wingers like had my back, and you obviously
isn't that funny? And you're like, well, you want to like the people who like you, and you.
Well, yeah, and if somebody helps you, I think it's just generally you lean towards the people that are nice to you.
Yeah.
So
that's good. That's what happens to a lot of people, and I think that similarly, that's happened to. Like my friend Anna, she's like, I'm not a political person at all, but the people that tend to have her back seem to be more on the right side of things than left, even though she
said she's like, I'm not political
California.
at all.
She's an artist.
She was in town when Trump was in town, and I was like, oh, are you going to go see Trump? Like joking. She's like, oh no, I'm not political at all. Oh, okay. I thought maybe but then that is the thing. It's like there is this sort of like guilty by association, and it's like guilty of what? Having a certain political. That's what I don't like about like what you're talking about earlier about politics and how it used to be everybody could just have their opinions and not talk about it in certain situations, but they could all still be friends. And now it's so, I don't know. I can't even tell people certain people I went on Tucker Carlson. Like I went on a date. I think I told you about it.
You were on Tucker Carlson?
Yeah.
I feel like I must have known this. I'm having a stroke.
Yeah, you're gonna have to watch
I just feel like the baby is taking all my memories and brain function. Things I know. There's no way I can sit where my drugs are not hanging out. But I think that is part of why I
earlier
brought
on the stream was like, I'd like to depose your shirt or something.
Oh my gosh. All right, so you just landed today. You came straight to the convention hall, and before you even landed, you're door dashing me camera tripods and an extension cord, like saving my ass. Which really did. And if you were watching the stream earlier today, it just took me a while to get set up, but I don't know. I just blew over here from the content house. So
that guy seems so nice.
He seems Jake. So nice, like good vibes.
Yeah,
like
I feel so bad for like you think about the worst thing that's ever happened to you, and you're like, doesn't even like come on the radar of like solitary confinement in jail for that long.
What do you even do? Yeah, I was
over something you didn't even like do.
The next question I was going to ask him was going to be like he's obviously seems like a religious guy. Like, how did he actually get through like the hard days? Like, do you just have to like talk yourself down? Do you have to just like get into a meditative state? Like, how do you actually get through the days?
Yeah, I don't know. But
I guess I was trying to make him laugh. It's like there's really nothing to laugh about, like with what he's. I'm like, what did you wear to jail? What did you? Why they won't let you have your phone? Sweet. What? They just take a selfie. I thought it was like a picture of you in the cell, like a selfie. And this is like the longest conversation he and I have ever had, other than like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
So I was just trying not to be too squirrely and weird to him, but also not make him feel like I was disrespecting his experience. But I do that a lot. I'm like, I'm just joking because I can't fucking understand what you went through.
Yeah, but he does have like a good mindset about it. I mean, it's crazy that he's now like the people that accepted him. Now he's like, he feels like he's against them, you know, certain people like Matt Gaetz or whatever he was talking about. It's interesting.
I would never try to get acknowledgement from a politician. I just feel like it's like Hollywood. It's like
remember my story about Ron DeSantis. I was joking with him. I wanted to joke about our boots.
When was this?
So he came to Vegas for an event he had or something, and then I got invited, and then I tried to be because I like his press secretary hates. We have similar people that we dislike, so we like bonded over that, and then so anyway, I don't know. I kind of liked DeSantis. I think he's doing good stuff in Florida. And then I went to the thing, and then I had these like bright red boots on, and I went up to him and I'm like, hey, look, we both have like crazy boots. And like he did not laugh at all. He was kind of like, okay, get away from me.
Was this before or after people started chastising him for having lifts in his boots?
This is like a month after.
So he probably was sensitive about footwear.
But here's the thing. You have to be self-deprecating. Like, you have to be funny. You have to be like, oh, yeah, let's take a picture with our boots.
Like, hey, you want to see it? Yeah.
Like, he was on the PBD podcast.
Yeah, we both like heels or
PBD had, like, he was like, hey, we got you a pair of loafers. Like, joking. And then instead of being like, oh, my God, like, let me show you my boot. Here, inspect it right now. Like, just joking or whatever.
You have to embrace
He got
it.
all puckered up.
Oh,
and like,
see, you have to.
And then he was like, I can't accept gifts. We're not allowed to take gifts.
He doesn't have a sense of humor. That's a big negative.
Or maybe he's just a little, like, you know,
sensitive about it.
I think maybe he's socially awkward, or like maybe he's a little on some spectrum of. Who knows? We're all on some. I'm ADHD. And we're all on some spectrum.
That's what we do. Anytime someone is like acting strangely, well, it must be autism.
And I'm always saying that I dated somebody that was autistic, and like I went down the rabbit hole because I wanted to learn about it, because I'm weird too. I have my own quirks. Anyway, so I do try to give people grace, because you never know how someone's brain works. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If
somebody got mad because I always interrupt or tell stories like in a really long way,
I guess they can't.
I
understand.
get mad at me.
Yeah, I understand they can't take a gift, but there's a way to use a moment and look and like make it
funny.
you look good rather than like, it's like most people probably know you can't take a gift, but it's like you probably don't have to say that. You can say something and then like just not take it home
and then be like be like, okay, man, but you gotta. Because I can't take gifts from you. I don't want to get accused of breaking rules.
Later, he can say that off camera.
Even on camera, he still could have said it in a funny way.
GB, did both of your boots have heels though?
Mine did have heels. Actually, I think I have the picture. Let's see.
Oh God, sorry I'm yawning. I'm just absolutely exhausted.
My boyfriend's dad is like, Jacob Chanley is running for Congress.
He is.
That is so funny. Yeah, and then I was wearing my Slaytex. This is like my not this design, but I have a bodysuit brand, and I was wearing a shirt that said "Booting up for 2024."
Booting up?
Yeah, it was like making fun of. It was like not really making fun, but kind of making fun of it, like in a funny way. I like Ron DeSantis, so I didn't think it was mean. If I was trying to be mean, that would be different. But I was just trying to be funny, and he didn't think I was funny.
No, that's very funny.
I'll show you guys.
You have to have. I think if you're a politician, you're trying to be in the public eye, and you have a piss poor sense of humor, you need to actively work on that because that it's a big weakness and vulnerability.
Yeah, it's not very relatable.
This is. Oh, I'm sorry, I did not change my lower third. This is Ariadna Jacob, who you may have seen briefly at Content House. And she is, do we want to talk about, let's see, why you're here this weekend?
I'm here to be your assistant.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate it because
you're very pregnant.
If it weren't
you,
for
I
you
feel
and
like
Ryan,
you can't tell that you're pregnant. Like
so
really?
many people could not tell, which really
But,
I needed for my ego. Actually, it's my favorite moment of the day when I was talking to Jude from Gays Against Groomers. I thought she knew because I just assume everybody knows I'm pregnant. I also assume that I am very visibly pregnant, which is not the case because it's like what I feel like is looking big is the average person.
Yeah.
It may not even be noticeable. And this is like got the dark color. And I said to her, like, at one point, I have a man inside of me. And she said, oh no, because she thought I was trying to come out to her as gender dysphoric. And she didn't realize like I was making a joke about like,
oh my god,
like I'm a man in a girl's body. Like I have a man inside me. But I said I have a man inside me, and she was like, "Oh no!" I laughed. I'm like, "I'm having a boy." And she was like, "Oh," and then she was so embarrassed. I'm like, "Don't you be embarrassed? Like I'm the one who just absolutely bombed that interaction." Well, like what a sweetheart! It was so fucking funny. I have to remember. Please remind me to clip that. I'll probably try and go home and go back to the hotel and clip that tonight.
Someone thought that I was the one.
Okay.
No,
I'm so sorry. Earlier in the stream, I thought you were the woman working for the hotel telling Chrissy to move. I was rude in the comments. Oh, I didn't even see that.
No, I was blocking them.
You were handling. No, there's a man. There was like a Latinx looking man who kept hovering. And I thought he was going to shut this shit down. I was like, please don't shut this shit down. I'm like, not bothering anyone. And this whole lobby is echoey. It's not like I'm creating a lot of noise.
No, it's fine. I'm surprised he didn't come up when you were talking to the shaman guy. I guess because at that point we had moved the situation. I guess I can understand. There's just some people that don't want to be in the background.
But the thing is that they were not in the background.
But that guy just seemed like scary.
Yeah,
but then I was like, she's pregnant. You're really gonna make her move all her stuff.
I like the just keep mentioning how pregnant I am until he fucks off.
I would use it as an excuse too often.
I know. I'm saying Latinx like to be cheeky.
Look what I Instacarted.
You Instacarted something? You love Instacart. Do you want to talk about that? Okay. Okay. Ari has this shirt, which I didn't even read until she was here for like 3 hours. Like until we were eating, until it was like 5 o'clock, and I was about to pass out. And Ari's like, "We have to get you food." So we shared chicken fingers and a cheeseburger. And then she's talking about her shirt, and I'm like, "Oh, I finally just realized what it said. I didn't even read it." And many people had stopped her to read her shirt, and like she's talking about like, "Oh, like my nips are kind of popping out," and I
it was like that bra that like Kim Kardashian made with the nipples inside them.
Yeah, and it's like
a other than bra. That, I'm wearing like it's not. I'm not like being like that hoey.
No,
like
not at all.
This is my new brand. Feel it.
Covered up.
It's soft.
This is your brand?
Yeah, it's called Slatex.
I love it. It's very smooth. It's like
it's really it's like soft and buttery.
It's like a baby. It's like baby's clothes. It's like a baby blanket.
So, but anyway, it is double. Like it's double. It has 2 layers, but it's still thin.
Oh, it's so nice.
So yeah, I needed
to get some of that.
So then I Instacarted some nipple covers.
And so I finally read her shirt, which said "Deposing NYT," and it's her give, send, go because she is suing Taylor Lorenz for ruining her life and her business and livelihood and all that a couple of years ago. So
but anyway, but I what's it called? Instacarted like some equipment to Chrissy, and then I'm like, maybe I can Instacart some nipple covers.
She just Instacarted nipple covers, which is like a thing I didn't even know was possible. And I was like,
you see how I live? I also like ran out of my house today without my wallet, and my boyfriend was like, "How are you gonna get on the plane?" I'm like, "I have my passport." He's like, "You're insane."
Ari is. When we were in Vegas, I was with Keanu, and like she didn't have her phone, and she was like, "I think I left it in the trunk." I don't know because we were leaving. What was that place where we had the cocktails?
Oh, Circa.
Circa. We're leaving Circa because we met a friend of yours. that works
Damn,
there.
being a chick is so much work.
Yeah,
It really is.
There was a moment where we were leaving and you didn't know where your phone was, and like me and Kiana were like having a heart attack over like, so we're just gonna leave and you don't know where your phone is. Like, I'm sure it's in the trunk, and didn't look. And we just took off, and we're like, but this is just how Ari is. She just trusts in the universe, I guess, and she just leaves places without her essentials. Just don't turn up is her attitude, and I guess it's been working so far.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, maybe we could go to the hotel gift shop for
I
nipple
have Apple
covers.
Pay. Wait, is that Ashley? No.
No,
I keep seeing
she
people that I
looks
think
like
are
Ashley,
on
though.
Twitter, and then they're not really. But the shaman guy, Jacob, is his name Jake?
I guess, yeah, I guess it's
Because
Jake.
my last name's Jacob, so that would be easy to remember, Jake.
I guess he goes by Jake.
But it's weird seeing people you've seen for the first time.
It is.
But I'm just happy because some people have recognized me, which makes me feel like I'm not a catfish.
Yeah, you look like how you
So-
look, and also you like kind of belong. Push-ups. Ari, how do you ask a chick out in Spanish? Ooh.
¿Quieres salir conmigo?
Ooh.
How did he know I spoke Spanish?
No bueno.
Did I just talk about it?
Maybe he's researched you. Push-ups he's a super fan. He's a quick study. Would you date a 50-year-old man? I think he's asking for him.
I have a really amazing boyfriend that I'm going to marry one day.
A very serious boyfriend. So I'm sorry, Lee, but you missed your window.
I am a Pisces. How'd she know I was a Pisces?
How did you know? Ari, how did you know this? Is it just by her kind of essence?
What are you?
Scorpio.
Scorpio.
But luckily I have an Aquarius moon, which keeps me from being like very dark and in the dumps and brooding and deep.
One time I was at a bar and this guy came up to me, and I don't know if he just like does this and then every like so many people would be like a Pisces, but he was like, "You're a Pisces."
She could tell from your easygoing attitude.
That's so funny.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, and then the guy, I think he was a Scorpio, and he's like, Scorpios and Pisces really get along.
That's because Scorpio men are constantly trying to have sex.
That's
their
what it was.
one setting. That
was.
is their only.
I think it was.
Personality is trying to fuck. That's Scorpio man in a nutshell. Oh my God. Is there anybody else? There's a lot of people. We're right next
Ryan
to a bar.
wanted to come in. Should I
Really?
get Ryan?
Yes, go get Ryan and get me a seltzer or a water. Sorry to be demanding. Ryan has been so good this whole. I know we've only been here 2 days, but he has been so helpful with all my huge bags, giving me equipment and getting me water and stuff, like really fucking awesome. So I would be, if I was like here by myself, I would have cried and probably just I don't know, walked out. Other chair is white. Yes, Rain Kennel. Ari is hot. So we're next to a bar that is like one of the kind of main hangout zones for everybody at this convention. This is like what we would call an after-hour situation because it seems later, but it's only 8:30 here. Yes, I deliver a whole team. A lot of people are taking pictures by this really big, beautiful Christmas tree that's right here.
I didn't bring any like hot clothes like that.
Thank you for saying that because I've been saying this since last night. I go, wow, I did not bring a cute little cocktail dress. Like I didn't know. There's people here like dressed to the fucking nines.
Yeah.
Like spaghetti strap, short, tight, boobs out, big heels. Like some people came here dressed to fuck.
Is that what it is?
I think
We're
so.
just too married.
I think it's I think so. I think it's like they're it's like networking event at the same time. I think you're trying to get noticed a little bit. I don't know.
Like, I wouldn't have thought to bring like those outfits.
You think they're not dressed like they're trying to fuck? Like
No, they are dressed.
Yeah, I think that's what that is.
I don't know.
Aria, look what she wrote. I have a lifelong Pisces friend, and she's the only person I know that would do that with her phone.
That's awesome.
That's really funny. The dress code is business casual. Yes, it is at the convention, yo pops, but it is very much not that.
ChatGPT what I should wear with this top, and it told me
Really?
that like bell bottom, like wide leg pants are in.
With this top.
Yeah, because I was like, what do I wear with this top? And then it said like it told me what to wear, and then it told me
These
that
pants do look amazing.
it told me that skinny jeans are out. I'm like, I like skinny
But those
jeans.
are 100% of my pants. Skinny jeans.
Same.
How
Apparently,
could they do this to us?
I know.
Skinny jeans were a thing for what, like 10 years, and they're just gonna.
So I
just
guess
like
like
that?
skinny jeans, like if you're like over 35, it's okay. But like skinny jeans with rips, no, throw them out, gone. Like this is what I was studying when I was cleaning my closet, and they said like you need to get rid of skinny jeans. So I don't know.
Yeah,
So
hold on.
Trump
Frank
needed-
just isolated the video, and I'm trying to send it to myself so that I can play it for you guys.
Which one?
The one of me confusing Jude from Gays Against Groomers into thinking
Oh,
I
that
was
was so funny.
trying to transition in her general presence.
Your friend, right? You might want to text your friend because I couldn't find him.
Okay, I'm gonna text him.
He was so funny. I was like, yeah, I ordered nipple covers. He's like, oh yeah, you needed those earlier. It's like you could have used those earlier.
He's funny.
I like him. He's nice.
He's like the brother I never had. Okay, whoopsie, don't do that. All right, here we go. I found it. I sent it to myself.
You can play it on
Oh,
here?
you know what? Yeah, let me pull this out so you can hear it. Hey ho, the mistletoe.
Yeah, Ryan was gonna come on stream, but you were like mid talk with the shaman.
Make sure the volume is coming through this. Okay. This is from earlier.
Have you tried connecting it with X now? I guess you can
Paid
like
80. I paid.
StreamYard.
I'm glowing. Thank you.
Oh.
It might be the bronzer. Try again. It's paid 80. I paid. I'm glowing. Thank you. It might be the bronzer.
Oh, because they told you you were glowing.
It's my. It's because I have a man inside me. Oh, that's why.
Oh no.
Well, I can say some things about that. Do I have a man? An actual, like a little boy? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like, you know, being weird. She has a man inside her.
Oh, that was real.
Oh my god, you actually were like, no, you're not trans, Chrissy. It's just a phase.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
You'll grow out of it. Like, no, I actually should have told you I have a baby. I'm turning red. Sorry. Oh, you're so cute. I should have told you. I just
she's so
assumed that everyone
sweet.
knows that I assume that I am so obviously pregnant looking, but not sitting alone.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
I know. Oh my
And you're like pointing down there.
I was like,
Look at it.
Gender dysphoria right now.
I was trying to come out as gender dysphoria on the live stream. You're like, I can help you. You went like into care mode immediately, which is like makes you perfect.
Oh, that was
Good
funny.
times. We love Jude. Hey, Jude.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna eat you salsa.
She just thought I was fat. Possibly. I said I have a man inside me. This Christmas. People. Oh, God. I'm falling out. Sorry. Yeah. It's all right. Sometimes I'm just weird. Sometimes I say weird shit and it doesn't quite go over. And that's part of life. Okay. Wow. Good times. Whew. It's like Okay. I wonder who else is hanging out at the bar that wants to pop on. Probably people just want to stop popping on things. They probably just want to relax for like once and for all. Like everyone's had a day of constantly talking and jumping on things. I understand. Really? You think so? You think she got upset because she didn't get recognized? I don't think she got. I didn't. She didn't seem upset to me. You want to see Drunk Ryan? He's definitely at the bar. He's definitely right around the corner. He might just want to enjoy himself. Not everyone is constantly streaming like yours truly right here. Yeah, this dress is really more for like sitting up and standing. It's not a good leaning over dress, but like I can't manage the stream without leaning over. I'm glad nobody made me shut down the stream. That would have been really irritating. This is a strange SimpCast. This is really more of a just like a free-for-all SimpCast. What time is it on the East Coast? It's probably like 10:40. Yeah. Cool. Thoughts on the Satan statue? I've never heard of that. It is. It's SimpCon. I'm definitely really, really thirsty, and there's a random pill dropped behind where these seats came from. Oh, Content House was so good. Cookie Train was a highlight. Escape Room might have been my favorite segment too. Kiki and Gino closed out so well in the bonus stream. Thank you so much for saying that. I can't believe that they went not only an extra I think they went an extra 6 hours. They went till 6 in the freaking morning, and like I don't know if Lauren Southern is here. She was on earlier. Thank you so much. The Cookie Train. The escape room was really fun, and I thought it would be very lame, but I had such a blast. Discount Superhero, that is my new favorite dress of you. Oh, you don't even know what it looks like. You just have seen the boob part. Okay. I'm so thirsty, and I've been trying to get people to bring me water, but it's not working. My niece can do handstands now. Oh, that's so cute. That is so sweet. Guys, Christmas is freaking let me tell you about Christmas is next Monday. Are we prepared? Are we ready? I'm not prepared or ready. It came up super quick. And I'm gonna be here another 2 more days. Wowie. And then when I come home on Wednesday, the 20th, I'm interviewing Despereau in the afternoon, and maybe Jasmine Jafar.
You're not the only one that's super fans.
Really? Oh, you got me from your dream. Yeah. You changed your clothes.
Oh, you look cute. See, you brought cute clothes to your family.
Yes, Lauren is back. And she's in a super cute dress.
That guy Phil, he goes, not to be creepy, but I had you on notification.
Phil is obsessed with you.
Oh, but he's so nice. He's like, oh, I know you have a really nice boyfriend who looks totally different than me. And I'm like, oh,
but he's also just letting you know that if it fucking falls through, I am available. There is this guy named Phil, who I guess he's a fan of mine, but like there's something about someone who enthusiastically like comes up to you in a way that you should know who they are.
Yeah,
or you've
yeah.
met them already, and like you be the
That's what,
asshole
like,
for not
that's
knowing.
what like famous people deal
That
with.
is
I
what
think
Phil
every
is
day.
doing. Phil makes me feel like if I don't know who he is, I'm an asshole.
Oh.
So every time I've seen him go, Phil, and then because Ari heard me say that, she said, "Oh, like we know this guy." I know, and I still don't know him. But anyway, Lauren's wearing a very cute dress.
Yes, it looks so
This
cute.
is from
We didn't bring
this is
anything
from
that
the
cute.
tpusa collection.
Yeah.
This is like the perfect thing to wear. We were just talking about how me and Ari did not bring anything really cute to wear.
Oh no, I like what you're wearing.
This is like I look like a mom, but that's what
You are gonna be a mom.
That's my brand.
How do you feel?
My nipple covers are almost
It's
here.
frightening. I can't believe there's gonna be a little person that I'm gonna be
so
their mom.
excited.
Like I'm gonna be someone's mom. Holy shit! Whoa! I hope it's gonna be all right.
Exciting.
Wow! Thank you for this altar. I literally have come back to life. Who is at the bar, Lauren? Tell us what's going on.
I know that Current Revolt is at the Hyatt.
Current Revolt.
Yeah, and then I think
Is that a news outlet?
yeah, but Tony.
Oh, Tony. Okay,
Yeah, and so
Oh, no.
that's
I
close
know.
by.
Like Lauren Chen's husband, Lauren Chen are over there, and Lauren Southern, and all the Laurens, and
All the Laurens are at the Hyatt.
What? Yeah.
Makes sense. Push-up says, "Look, it's Felicity Jones." Do you get that a lot?
I do, yeah.
Come up with an original one. Push-ups.
Oh, hang on, my nipple
I get
covers are here.
Oh,
love-
good. Ari's nipple covers have arrived.
Mm.
As soon as she shows them to the stream, I'll probably wrap this up. That's cool. Anybody getting sloshed over there at the bar?
Not that I saw.
Okay.
Everyone is like pretty much keeping it together. And,
Yeah.
Like, putting it to like other events and stuff.
Classy after hours things.
Yeah.
I'm already exhausted, but I don't want to be a loser and go to bed early. But this worked out really good. I love this is a great like background.
Yeah, I like it.
ambiance.
I like the woman hat,
Yeah,
star, and all the little tchotchkes back here.
very eclectic hotel decor.
Yes, I'm loving it.
Mm.
And I love that. You know what I really love about this? You can't see anyone behind us. It's like really
No.
key. It's
Yeah.
really important. I feel like a good background.
Especially from the guy that was hassling us.
I love that. It's like my favorite part about it.
We could be anywhere. So that's really cool. What's coming up tomorrow? Let's look at the schedule. Who's going to be there? Tomorrow is Monday. Let's see if I can show you guys the schedule. Has Lauren DeLaguna met Lauren Southern? Surely you have.
Yeah, yes, I have.
Yes.
Quickly becoming friends.
Breakout. Okay, so like remember what I said before about the breakout sessions? They start at 8:30. They go through 11:30 basically. All right, so speakers tomorrow: Allie Stuckey from the Blaze, who I genuinely do want to meet and talk to. Mike Lindell of My Pillow. We took a picture today. Elijah O'Neill, Charlie Kirk, James Lindsay. We love James Lindsay. Michael Seifert, Larry Elder.
I really want to meet James Lindsay.
He's the coolest, nicest. He's even a little socially awkward, which I love.
I really want to meet him. I have some questions for him.
We'll make that happen. Gad Sad, Brandon Tatum, Rob Schneider. Ooh. Tulsi Gabbard, Jonathan Isaac, Tucker, and Candace. And then the Temple IRL is tomorrow. So a lot of good afternoon stuff happening tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think tomorrow's gonna be another good networking day. Another good networking day. Everyone put out good vibes for Roseanne to cross my path.
Alrighty, you gotta get
Okay,
going.
yeah. You look great. They're going to the Hyatt. Maybe we could go there if you want. Show us your nipple covers. Okay, a thing. Bye. Oh my God, Lauren is like she's 200% legs. I love it. Would I look good in this hat? Am I a hat person? Oh my God, no way. My head is so big. I look like a what? I look like a park ranger in this, and you look chic in this. I look like Smokey the Bear.
It's just small.
Why?
Small.
Okay, you all see how this hat looks on me, right?
It's the
Now
wrong
put
size.
it on your head.
It's the wrong size.
It
You
looks
know.
cute on her. And
Hey, Tip Pool's here.
I look, it's not him. And I look like I'm about to write someone a ticket for barbecuing. I don't know. It's a very different. The nipple
My
covers
nipple
have
covers
arrived,
are here.
everyone. Shout out to DoorDash
Yeah, I love them.
for delivering the nipple covers. Thusly, like a true lady is not putting them on camera. Oh my god! So they're on.
They're on.
Is that one folded?
Oh yeah.
Oh my fucking god! She's gonna adjust herself. Look at this. They just come over like in a little bag. Some guy's job is to go get nipple covers, pluck them out of a CVS, put them in a bag, and then drive them over to a hotel at 8:30 at night. Someone's job was just to do that.
This is the great technology age that we're living in.
This is like welcome to the new millennia. You can
This
get
is what Pisces do.
you
We
can
just
get
order
nipples,
Pisces.
just fucking losing track of your phone and ordering nipple covers to be delivered.
Yeah.
This is so funny, guys. Thank you for watching. I think I need to find maybe a snack and
Let's have,
another
have
drink.
A
Little dinner moment, even though I feel like we ate so much, but
yeah,
that
like
was
a
like
snack, like a dinner snack.
that was like I think at 4 or 5 we
Yeah.
ate that. Okay. I'm not gonna do sit-ups. It's gonna hurt the baby. Thank you guys. Push-ups. She's the one who told me she likes the comparison. Oh, see, push-ups is a good listener. He remembers everything. Thank you guys for watching. I will probably do another type of live stream tomorrow from the convention center. I'll try to get in on some of those like good speakers. And this was really fun. Love you all. We'll see you tomorrow. tpusa. We are out. Oh wow, one final super chat snuck in. The reason why people are enjoying Destiny's Fall is because he was a smug. This is out of nowhere. We weren't even talking about Destiny. The reason why people are enjoying Destiny's Fall is because he was a smug, holier than thou prick. He's a simp loser and doormats, and now it's going to cost him a lot of cash. No sympathy here. I don't know. We didn't even bring up sympathy, Destiny. Thank you for the super
I
chat.
think that person was holding that in for quite.
Maybe it was meant for another stream or something. He just needed to get it off his chest. You know, so
right.
maybe he just was like, yeah, I got something to say.
Yeah, that's okay.
We welcome that. Okay, cool. Love you guys. We will see you tomorrow for tpusa day
Now
3.
we gotta put the couches away.
We gotta put the couches back to their original spot. Ariadna Jacob, Chrissie Mayr out. We will see you tomorrow. And we gotta find Ryan, make sure he's alive still.